We really need to acknowledge what both of these players have done. Anastasia Warren has led her team with 24 points, while Blanca Milan is putting up a big front with, even though Maeve Carroll is not playing too much with 4 fouls. As long as Milan stays out of foul trouble, she can help her team get back to the NCAA tournament. And she'll look to guard Erlette Scott on the inbound pass. From this angle is usually good, but Scott, with no problem, gets the inbound to Dingle. From the backcourt, she crosses the timeline. Scott on the left wing hasn't really gotten any points in this game. Zeiss going inside over to Warren. Inside the paint, lays it up and in! And Stony Brook up 53-50. Anastasia Warren has a new career high with 26 points.
It was Saar in coverage. She lost Warren.
Well, Anastasia Warren playing fast and loose just like Milan is for the Black Bears. Now here she is with the ball against Zeiss right lane. Trying to spill it around. High chance for a shot. She just won't take it. She'll go out to Aurora's right wing. Against Scott, she'll look to push it away, spin it around. Reverse layup. Got it in to go. And Aurora's playing fast and loose. She's a freshman, but she plays like a veteran.
Clutch shot from the freshman, too. These are big minutes, and this is very telling that Royce is playing late in this game.
I expect Milan or Royce to be the ones to help Maine win this game. Warren with the ball, looking to set up a screen. Gives it out to Dingle, top of the perimeter. 8 left to shoot. She has open space for 3. She'll push it along inside the right lane, laying it up. High arcing shot, and she got it. Wow, Dingle, what an amazing shot that she can make. Now Milan right wing, she'll quickly get it out to the top for Saar as they reset. 3.5 minutes left to go. Stony Brook up 55-52. Wildling right corner. Look for somebody available. Out she goes to the top for Saar. Saar look for somebody available. Sets a Royce in motion. Out to Wildling to the charity stripe. To Milan right elbow. Inside to Wildling. Great pass. Lays it up and in. Back and forth shooting as both teams are finding a good stretch inside the paint. 55-54 Stony Brook.
Blanca Milan showing off her passing skills as well. Her vision is amazing, and she enabled Wildling to get open.
Zeiss at the top of the perimeter. To her right for Scott. Looking inside to Pagan. She's well guarded. She'll have to go out to the top for Warren. Warren in the left wing. She'll push it inside. Goes for a floater. Bounces around. She got it, but it's waved off. She's called for a foul. McCombs is not happy at all. I don't blame her. Are you sure you saw a foul in that, Jonah?
I mean, it looked like she could have pushed off, and there's no argument from Annie Warren, so... I mean, usually if it's an egregious foul, then you'd see an argument, especially late in this game, but no argument, I think, is telling.
This is going to be the longest 3 minutes we'll ever experience. Maybe with a chance to take the lead now. Saar top of the perimeter. Sending Milan in motion. She'll go out to the right elbow for Carroll. Along McConnell's charity stripe. She'll push it inside. Can't get her way inside. She'll have to go out to Simon. Simon steps back right elbow. Going inside to Carroll. Had the ball stripped and foul is called against the Seawolves. And so Carroll will head to the free throw line to try and put Maine on top.
Bad foul there. Carroll was trapped. She didn't have a good angle underneath the basket. If you maintained the strong defense underneath, Carroll would have either had to throw it away or turn it over.
So Carroll up to the free throw line now. Her first shot is good, and it ties the game up at 55. Stony Brook needs to get better with the offense and improve with the defense. You need your best players out there. Dingle, Pagan, and Warren are there. Who knows if Zeiss will be back. Second free throw is good after a few bounces, and Maine leads at 56-55. In the inbound to Dingle, she'll cross the timeline. After Royce tried to steal away from her, she'll move out to the right wing. Dingle look to reset. Trying to put Stony Brook back on top with 2:25 left to go. Tried to get inside to Dingle. She couldn't get there, and she'll move out to the top of the perimeter. Sees Zeiss open. She won't go to her either. 10 left to shoot. Dingle going quickly inside. Going inside the layup, and it's good! Isaiah Dingle putting up a little good loose end inside the paint, and Stony Brook back up 57-56. We approach the 2-minute mark. Here comes crunch time. Simon top of the perimeter. To her right for Carroll. Right wing Simon pulls up a 3. Misses too strong. And Dingle with the rebound. She'll go quickly on the fast break and she'll slow it down and she'll cross the timeline gingerly. A big open opportunity for Simon that she just couldn't cash in on. Now Stony Brook with a big chance to get some clutching points. Dingle trying to push inside. She didn't have a good lane. Now it goes to Warren. Floated her up. And got it and won! Anastasia Warren this time. Their shot with a foul call goes in her favor, and she'll head to the free throw line. Warren with a career day, 28 points pending the free throw. What madness for the junior from Westlake, Georgia.
Annie Warren carrying this team on her back the entire game. She's never let up. 17 points in that first half, and then a clutch basket there.
With a clutch free throw, it's put Stony Brook back up 60-56, up by 2 scores with a minute and a half to go. Could this be Stony Brook's first ever trip to the tournament coming up? Going inside to Milan, lays it up, misses, but a foul is called against Zeiss, and that's her 4th. Oh man, she is not looking happy. I get a feeling that I didn't want to say anything bad about Zeiss. I think I may have been about to. She's just really looking really sad because if there was no foul on that, she really had her hands up. I'm not really sure about that foul either.
Zeiss heading to the bench, hyping up her squad. This is what veteran leadership is all about. She's getting replaced late in this game because she's in foul trouble. Cox comes in.
So Milan to the free throw line, had 2 trips so far today, but didn't have a chance to connect on either shot, which was really big. It could be really big down the stretch. First free throw from Milan, and after a few bounces, it goes in. Her free throw attempts have not been pretty on sparse so far over the last few games. 60-57 Stony Brook. Second free throw from Milan. She connects on this one too. And it's a 2-point game in favor of the Seawolves with 1:29 left to go. Full court press now showing for Maine. A cross-court pass over to Cox, and she'll be able to get it across the timeline. Stony Brook beats it out. So Milan with possession of the ball. Moving around to the left wing. That's actually Dingle, I meant. Out to the right wing now is Scott. Going inside to Burgon right lane. Spinning, moving around, getting double teamed. She's hit. No fouls called and picked up by Wildling. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You think we're seeing questionable calls here. And now Maine with a chance to tie. Take the lead, but the ball stripped by Dingle. Alvarez, and it's picked up by Pagan, and she'll give it back to Dingle. Another clutch turnover that Stony Brook has forced. And now with the ball, 20 on the shot clock, 50 to go in the 4th quarter. Here come the Seawolves. Dingle with possession of the ball. A shot here could be the icer. Along the left wing now, she's getting heavily guarded by Aurora. Moving over now to the charity stripe. Step back. Sees Warren open. 7 left to shoot. Dingle pushing it inside. Goes up a contested layup. She got it. She got the layup. 62-58. Stony Brook. 32 seconds left to go. What a clutch by Isaiah Jingle, the junior. Still in the timeout here after Joe Spolina called one. Not 18:46 left to go in the second half. A still close game between Stony Brook and North Carolina. The Tar Heels, the home team, has an 8-6 lead after they've gotten back-to-back goals. Thanks to Melissa Scanone on the free position opportunity and Nicole Humphrey on her 4th of the season. Diamonds in the rough. Team players that you would not usually expect if your opponents are against North Carolina. That allows everybody to get what they want. Stony Brook's defense limiting North Carolina to only 8 goals so far throughout the first 42 minutes of this game. And that defense has helped the offense try and stay in for as long as they can. Technically a top 6 matchup since Stony Brook is number 6 in the media poll, and North Carolina is still, of course, number 1. They have not relinquished that all season long. So at the timeout, Stony Brook will have the ball. Maybe a whistle called before that timeout was called, but it doesn't matter either way. Stony Brook will have it with 57 on the shot clock. Looking to try and get a goal here to keep this game contested and not give North Carolina a chance to run away with it yet. Stony Brook has been relentless in their first 2 quarterfinal games in program history, losing both of those matchups by 1 after a last-minute push by the opponents. Good different here with the opponent up this time as Kennedy was almost inside the arc, but she'll move it out with 38 to go. Kennedy to the left wing. She finds Poulis. Back to the top should go to Kennedy. Kennedy to her right for Huff, whose errant passes has given North Carolina a chance to capitalize. She's trying to break her way inside the arc, out to go to the back of the cage instead for Considine. Considine with 23, trying to push inside the arc, couldn't, out to the left wing instead for Poulis. To the top she goes for Rafferty. Rafferty trying to push it inside, out she'll go instead to Kinsley. Kinsley to the back of the cage instead for Considine. Might try to set up a quick pass. Going inside over to Poulis. Trying to shot and score! It was a Stony Brook goal, but that was not Sarah Poulis. Waiting to see who it was that was responsible for it. It may have been Siobhan Rafferty who had the goal. But either way, that's exactly what Stony Brook needs. They once again cut the deficit to 1. The girl picking that up Waiting to see who that is, and it looks like that is Siobhan Rafferty who had the goal. And yep, that is Siobhan Rafferty credited with the goal. The big goal that Stony Brook needed after giving up back-to-back to North Carolina before. And once again, it's a one-goal game with 17:57 left to go in the second half. This is game living up to the expectations. North Carolina fans hoped it would be a slaughter, but Stony Brook fans always believed in their team ever since Joe Spallina came to Stony Brook in 2012 out of Adelphi. Ever since then, been one success after another. They have continued to improve each year. Once again, another face-off between Verhulst and Mastriani. Stony Brook cutting the deficit to 1. They're only down 8-7 to North Carolina with less than 18 minutes to go in the second half. Waiting for the whistle. Goes up in the air. And it's won by Allie Kennedy. Almost did. She lost a stick on it. It's still being fought for. Kennedy fell down. And Constantine tried to save it, but could not. And the closest one there was a Tar Heel, which was Emma Trenchard. So North Carolina will get the clear. Allie Kennedy did fall down, and we have another whistle called. You can hear Stony Brook fans getting disgruntled as Kennedy was falling down, but she may have fell down of her own accord. That's what the refs thought. From my angle, you can see clearly, but for me, it was 50-50, so it could have gone either way. North Carolina back with the ball, trying to get back up by 2. Ortega with the ball after she got from Hodge. Mastriani left wing, trying to push her way inside. Not really any goals for her yet in this game. Left wing, she'll go out to the top for Ortega. Ortega trying to find a clear, can't get anywhere. She'll go to the left instead for Mastriani. Hodge with it. Hodge trying to break it inside, outside, going over to Groundy. Groundy going inside over to a great pass over to Hillman, but her shot on goal was stopped by Cameron Halsall. That was a clear attempt for Hillman, but Halsall stepping up big right there to keep it a one-goal game. And Stony Brook with the ball, Claire Levy making the clear, and once again the Seawolves can tie this game up. Stony Brook's defense facing off against a powerful North Carolina offense. Cameron Halsall, the junior, transfer from Rutgers, has been really giving herself quite the matchup that she wanted. Using this experience, once she becomes a senior next year, expect her to be the starting goalie should she remain with the Seawolves. Expect her to rise up. So Stony Brook will work with it, with a chance to tie the game up with 16:20 to go in the second half. Kennedy left wing with half the shot clock gone by. Back to the cage, O'Miller is with it. O'Miller from the left side of the crease, looking for somebody inside. Goes over to Considine. Considine with a chance. Tried to go with it, got double teamed, she'll have to move out. No clear shot on goal. O'Miller trying to fake it around, couldn't get inside the arc. She goes out instead to the top for Huff. Good defense by North Carolina. Kennedy to her right for Hampel. To the back of the cage she'll go, and it's back over to Hampel. She'll try to push her way inside to the back of the cage. She'll go to Considine. Considine with 20 on the shot clock. Out to the left wing. She'll go to Rafferty. Rafferty to the top for Kennedy. She'll try to bust her way inside. Can't get there. Maybe drawing a double team from the looks of it. Huff over to the left. Trying to push her way inside. Huff shoots and scores! Kaylee Huff has tied the game at 8. And Stony Brook gets back-to-back goals of their own. What an answer! Kaylee Huff being able to get a little redemption right there. She had some errant plays on her end just a little while ago. And Kaylee Huff getting her first goal of the game. We're all knotted up at 8. Stony Brook with the game of the season here at Chapel Hill. Having fun with it. No clear answer on who is going to win this game, but one thing is for certain. Stony Brook continuing to stay in there for as long as they can, and nobody knows who is going to win with just 15:38 left to go in this game. Some type of answer that we are really loving here by Joe Spallina. After the timeout that was called by him after Stony Brook got a possession offensively, used it to his advantage, and ever since then, back-to-back goals thanks to Siobhan Rafferty and Kaylee Huff. And we got another free position upcoming here between Mastriani and Verhulst. Running out of ways to describe this game. Shots on goal combined 29 between both teams. North Carolina owns it 15-14, but this still makes it a big one. A beautiful sequence by Stony Brook on the last possession offensively and defensively. Cameron Halsall saved on Elizabeth Hillman, and the goal as the face-off won by Allie Kennedy. So trying to make the clear this time, has to back out a bit as she gets double teamed, gets away from it, and finds Macera, and she'll make the clear. And Stony Brook now with a chance to retake the lead, their first lead since 23-16 to go in the first half. Chance here. And we'll see what they can do and try and get a little run going of their own. Hampel to the back of the cage for O'Miller. O'Miller with the ball on the right side of the crease. Can't find anybody inside the arc. Sticking with it. She'll go moving inside the arc. She'll actually go out now to the back of the cage for Hampel. Moving out to the left wing for Kennedy with 55 on the shot clock. Kennedy trying to move it around. Getting teamed up well. She's moving out to her right. Sees Massera. Massera with the ball. Right corner. She'll go to Kinsley. Kinsley to the back of the cage for O'Miller. O'Miller with the ball. May set up an assist here. Trying to set somebody up. 38 in the shot clock. O'Miller being patient. Looks like she'll take it herself, trying to move it inside. She's inside the arc, takes a shot and went wide, but it stays with Stony Brook after Kinsley was the closest when it hit the brick wall. With 26 to work with. Kinsley now along the right line of the fan. From 16 meters out on the right wing. Kennedy with the ball. It's 15 left to work with. She'll have to work quickly. Kennedy trying to bust the hole inside. Takes a shot, low hand, she scores! And for the first time since the 23-16 mark of the first half, the Stony Brook Seawolves have the lead. They're up 9-8. Allie Kennedy with her second goal of the game. And the Stony Brook fans on the sideline are really getting fired up now. This Seawolves team came to play against one of the best teams in the nation, and they are keeping their hopes of the biggest upset probably in tournament history coming up. And into the second half we go with the Seawolves having possession of the ball. Rodriguez at the top, trying to go inside to Sales. Sales trying to move in, but got nearly blocked away. It was tipped by Austin Williams, but Sales let it go out of bounds, so it remains Seawolves' ball, 17 on the shot clock. Hartford, what they're trying to show that they can do is how they managed to build off of playing against experienced teams. TSM for three, takes a left bounce and falls out, and Carter will pick up the rebound. And as I said with the experience for Hartford, their first two games of the season were against potential tournament teams in the UConn Huskies and the Villanova Wildcats. Both are from the Big East. Now Hartford with the ball. Stoffel fires over to the right corner for Marks. Didn't have a chance to go for a three. Goes inside to Stoffel. And we have a whistle called. Looks like Sales was responsible for committing the foul.
So what ended up being the detriment to Hartford in the first half was that no one had a hot hand, and that lasted throughout the entirety of the half. Now, it's hard to develop a hot hand when all you're doing is holding, dribbling, and shooting. You need to pass the ball around a little bit.
Stoffel trying to take a layup against Sales, and it's good. And Stoffel really working good with a little spin move against him to try and draw enough separation. That's a move that you always want to make against big bodies. 28-24 Stony Brook. Sales will get it to Rodriguez, top. Trying to move it inside, out to the left for Gee, almost lost it, picks it back up. He'll find Gree right wing, over to his right for Rodriguez, inside to Sales. We'll see how he does against Stoffel. He'll take a long-range jumper and responds well. But Sales and Stoffel getting some good 2 points off of each other in this first minute of action. Back to a 6-point lead for Stony Brook.
Sales only had one field goal in the first half. Good to see him get going.
Under Mark's right corner, almost had a three good from Carter, but he didn't have a chance to try it. Stoffel will keep it. Moving inside against Sales, trying to take another layup against him. Didn't get there yet. Ball tipped away by Sales, goes out of bounds. Before Stoffel had a chance to try another shot attempt against Jaden, Sales will just sail it away out of bounds. Carter will look for now an inbound. 18:30 left to go in the second half. Stony Brook leading 30-24. Stoffel getting the inbound against Sales again, trying to get a pin, trying to take a layup, and it rolls. And it looks like that's a really good matchup to start watching now in the second half between Jaden Sayers and Miroslav Stoffel. Both getting some good looks against each other early on in the second half. Once again, a 4-point lead. Sales to Green, right wing. He'll take a three-pointer and falls off the rim. Sales picks up the rebound. Tries to take a layup, misses. Geek picks up the rebound, gets over to Green, tries to draw contact on the layup, no contact, but layup. Geek getting good rebounds right there. Now he has 10. Had a career-high 14 last Sunday against NJIT. That little back-and-forth shooting in the second half between the Seawolves and the Hawks. Tracy Carter, right wing, trying to move inside, goes out to Stoffel, has a mid-range jumper, got. Sales and Stoffel look good with their shooting most often. Gives them a good opportunity to improve. Back and forth shooting continues to be the theme here to start the first few minutes of the second half.
Yeah, and it's been all Stoffel on offense, which is something we didn't expect.
Gee has the ball, looking for somebody inside. He'll try to go inside to Green. Tries to take another layup, and it's another roll-in. Good assist from Mo Gee. We just love seeing that, as Tyke Green is the first double-digit shooter of the game. Now has 10 points. Austin Williams has a left wing. Goes out to Mark's left wing. Almost saw about 3 fakes against Green. Tries to lay it up, and he does. And we have a foul called on the layup as well. And that looked like a very late call to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that foul call.
Nevertheless, Hunter Marks will go to the free throw line where he is 76%. Marks looked like such a sniper in his games against Stony Brook last season. Had some good three-pointers nailed down. Free throws no good. So even with the Gee foul, Marks can't capitalize on that. It'll just remain to 2 points. 34-30 Stony Brook. Green now has a left wing. Goes to his left for Rodriguez. Against Carter. Moving inside. Taking a floater. It's too short. Rodriguez tried to pick up his rebound, but Marks will steal it away. Really trying to mark it down. Carter with a chance to try and stop a little back and forth shooting. Carter, fadeaway jumper. And it falls out. Didn't have a chance to go in. Sales will pick up the easy rebound.
That seems to be the go-to shot for Carter. He dribbles, and then stops and fades away. He does that quite often, the long two.
Logie in the right wing. Trying to move against the double team, get the inside to Sales. Sales near the right lane against Marks. Tried to get the ball, draws the foul against Hunter Marks. Tried to get an assist, tried to throw it over to Rodriguez, but I'm sure he'll be content with that.
And Carter came over to draw the double, and if you're double teamed, you got to pass the ball. Jaden Sales just held it too long, and that's been the problem so far in the second half for Stony Brook. They need to be passing the ball a little bit more than they have.
Meanwhile, Stevenson, Moore, and Sales checks out. Policelli and Hobway check back in. 16-15 left to go in the second half. Stony Brook still up by 4. Green gets the inbound to Policelli. Now finds Rodriguez over the top of the perimeter. Has a left wing Green. And final Rain, he'll take a 3 instead. Doesn't get there, but rebound picked up by Hobway. And he'll try to floater, blocked well. And it's stolen away, actually. Tried to be picked up, and it looks like Green's able to do it. Gets it over to Gee. Gee trying to move it inside. Tried to pass it over, and a bad one picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell will work quickly with a fast break. Slows it down to Carter. Carter, nobody's open for a three-pointer, so he'll have to just slow it down. Good move by Stony Brook as Carter will move it inside. Tries to lay it up. No, he could not. He'll just pass it over to Austin Williams, right wing. Green guarding him. I'll try to move it inside. Trying to spin move it. Tries to lay it up, and it goes. Stony Brook really close on the last possession to try and getting back that offensive rebound, but Hartford has cut it to 2. 15-26 left to go. Williams now up to 8 points as Rodriguez lays it up and in on the quick transition. Keeps a little momentum on Stony Brook's side as Rodriguez hits up to 4 points now. Carter trying to move inside quickly. Tries to lay it up, and before McGee had a chance to be credited for the block, Rodriguez is called for the foul. Can't tell whether or not that was in the act of shooting, but it may have been. There was no runs allowed by the starting pitcher for the Seals in Game 2, Jared Milch. In the top of the first, there was a hit allowed, and right now there's a man on first and second with nobody out. And John Tuchillo is up to bat. First pitch, it's a foul ball. Count now, 0-1. As Owen Hamilton, the starting pitcher for the Retrievers, the 0-1-2 Tuchillo, swing and a miss, strike 2. Count now 0-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. So with a quick recap, the Seawolves using a 2-run bomb in the 6th inning, featuring John Tuchillo's RBI double that brought Chris Hamilton home, and Evan Fox flying out to center field that was dropped by Christian Easley, allowing those 2 runs. As the 0-2 is down low, as Ryan, the catcher, tried to get the ball over to second after Giordano nearly left second and was able to get back safely. The count is now 1-2. So Chill gets himself set up, prepare for the 1-2 throw by Hamilton. The wind up in the throw, both runners go, and it's a foul ball behind Tuchillo, 1-2. Almost a chance for a double steal, but instead, it'll just remain at the 1-2 count. With runners on first and second and nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. 2:17 right now on the East Coast. Here's the payoff throw, and the ball is grounded, and that was in the field of play, but it went off of the batter, so it'll be another foul ball. Count once again remains at 1-2. Stony Brook 16-8 overall, 12-1 in the conference, coming off of their Game 1 victory against the Retrievers. The Retrievers are now 12-9 overall, 7-9 in conference play. Owen Hamilton, the 1-2, and then he grounds it cleanly over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. There's a high throw over to Bellinger, goes over his head. Giordano will go to home, and Hamilton will get back over to second. And for Evan Giordano, it was a fielder's choice apparently, but Giordano goes home, and Hamilton got to second on an error. So that's how it'll go down. Another unfortunate turn of events. That type of error was how it blew the game for UMBC back in Game 1. Very unfortunate. For Tuchillo, he gets safely on first on the fielder's choice. For Hamilton, he makes it to that on the E4. Apparently, it's a catching error. And the ball hits Paradine on the first pitch, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
The left fielder, number 7, Evan Fox.
So already it's starting to become a little trouble for the Retrievers early in this game. So now Evan Fox will come up to bat. In Game 1, Evan Fox, he was the one that drove in that hit out to center field that Christian Easy was not able to pick up cleanly, which led to the run for John Tuchillo as he was able to make it all the way around home. UMBC had a good start to the game in Game 1, but this start right here, pretty much the opposite. And it's not really what Owen Hamilton imagined enough for his first appearance of the season. Or actually, this is his 7th appearance of the season, we would seem. He comes to Baltimore from the College of Marin out in Northern California, where he hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 19th inning to win his high school league championship back in 2017. So, Owen Hamilton will now deal with Evan Fox. We'll see if Hamilton tries to work his way out of trouble after there was already an unearned run for the Retrievers. The first pitch to Fox, he'll ground it over to the shortstop, picked up by Roberts. The throw over to second is successful. The throw over to first is not in time. A fielder's choice that allows Hamilton to get home, and with the first out in the bottom of the first, it's 2-0 Stony Brook.
John LaRocca.
So it is another fielder's choice, where this time there is an out. So 2-0 Stony Brook. We got John LaRocca now up to bat. For John LaRocca, he was 0 of 3 in Game 1. The first pitch as the runner goes, and it's a foul ball along the left side of the field. It goes out of play for 0-1. You're really starting to see a lot of stolen base attempts. The only successful so far here in the bottom of the first has come from Evan Giordano himself. Count now 0-1 for LaRocca. Pickoff attempt at first, and he is safe. You imagine for anybody that's going to be on the mound for the Retrievers today, they're going to have to keep a very close eye on those batters, the ones who are on base. The 0-1. The runner going, and it'll be Fox moving ahead to second. It'll go down as the catcher's down as defensive indifference. So man on second and third with 1 out. Pretty smart move by Evan Fox. See how this leads. The 0-2. He fouls it behind him on the left side. Count remains 0-2. Seawolves led by Matt Senk, who has been with them beyond Division 1. It's given them all-time 7 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 of them coming from the D1. 2012, the best year ever. Nobody in the nation will forget. The 0-2, and this ball flew out deeply to left field. Diaz is under it, and the catch is made. No, he loses possession of it. It's another error. It'll be an easy walk over to home by Tuchillo as Flax will move over to third. And you get Rucka over to second, and that's the second error for the Retrievers in this contest. And we have another. Looks like Stony Brook's also doing the same thing with the quarterback shift. They're bringing in Joshua Zamot, the redshirt sophomore. This is one pretty interesting move. Let's see what it does here. With Stony Brook now with the ball at the 29-yard line. Two receivers spread out to the right. Here's the snap. Zamot moving around to his left. He's going to throw. Catch is made. No, it's dropped by one of the receivers, and that was Anthony Del Negro, the tight end, who could not complete the catch. Incomplete.
And now Fields comes back in. Zamot expected to be the quarterback of the future for this Seawolves team. Usually you see those types of situations later on in the season. If the team doesn't have much to play for, you want to see what your quarterback of the future can do with your team. You never see that the first game of the season.
Well, against a team like Villanova, it's really hard to see whether or not Chuck Priori will want to pull something like this. So incomplete, 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line. Here's the snap, another handoff to Turner. Rolling around to the right, getting across the 35-yard line. He is brought down at the 39, and that's another first down.
Turner, the ball carrier.
Turner has been looking very explosive with his run game so far in the first half.
That is another Center H Hyundai first down.
We haven't really seen Tyson Lawton. It's been all Turner, but he's been fantastic.
It's hard to see why Tyson Lawton is not in right now, but does not seem to be hurting Stony Brook for the moment because of how shifty and how fast Jaden Turner has been able to show as a redshirt freshman. So first down at the 39-yard line. Fields setting up the ball with three receivers to his left. Here's the snap. Fields will look to throw. He's got some time, has to throw a heaver down the field for Helms, and he has the catch across the 40-yard line. Delonte Helms, the redshirt junior, puts the Seawolves in Villanova territory. What an amazing throw by Fields and a great catch by Helms.
Well, they call him Big Play Tay for a reason. The guy can just get open. And when he's in space, he's got great hands. Only had one touchdown last year, but that was a 57-yarder.
So now first down at the 37-yard line. Stony Brook right near field goal range. And we have an early movement on Villanova's end, and that will lead to offsides. Jaden Cook in the backfield with the Fields. And it looks like that is going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Wildcats, making it 1st and 5 instead of 32. So there have been situations like this over the last few seasons where the opponent has moved early, but Stony Brook has not reacted. That would have led to offside. But they're able to do so here. Of course, the one responsible this time did make contact with one of the Stony Brook offensive linemen. So 1st and 5 at the 32-yard line. We're at the 12.5 mark in the second quarter. Here's the snap. And off to Cook inside the middle. Sees a little bit of a hole. Does get the first down right inside the 25-yard line. Makes it to the 24.
Oh, now a little bit of Jaden Cook. Seeing what the freshman has to offer.
These rookies for Stony Brook on the running game have shown already immediate impacts, and that has been very promising. As I said, Stony Brook, known for their running game over the last few seasons, has been exceptional in the CAA. And it looks like that has not stopped here this season. So now it's going to be first down at the 24-yard line. Fields with the ball. And before he has a chance to throw, we have a flag call, and this is going to be another false start.
Yeah, there was movement.
Fields was looking to throw the ball, but won't get that opportunity. So Stony Brook will be backed up 5 yards. First and 15 at the 29-yard line.
It was Justin Morgan who jumped.
Justin Morgan, one of the offensive linemen on the team, who wears number 71. Stony Brook donning the red and white jerseys, the white names and numbers. Well, for Villanova, they're with the white jerseys, has blue on their numbers and names. Still waiting for a chance to have Angelo Guglielmo, the rookie, work for his first kick meaningfully to get some points in his rookie career. 1st and 15 at the 29-yard line. Newton sent in motion. Here's the snap to hand off inside to Turner. Immediately met right at the 30-yard line by one of the defenders, and he'll be stopped for the first time today.
Give us to Turner.
That's where Villanova's defensive line had to step up and stop the rushing for Stony Brook after they have allowed a lot of big plays running for Stony Brook throughout the first half. It's a loss of 1 on the play, backs up Stony Brook to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 16.
This is very much the opposite of the shootout we expected going into the game.
Pretty much. 4 receivers spread out. Turner in the backfield again. Here's the snap. Fields looking. He'll throw over to his right for Turner. Is met immediately, and he loses yards once again. Fields had to find a screen over to Turner, but he was immediately met by 2 defenders, and that's going to back him up even further. And that will set up 3rd and very long.
You know, it's certainly possible that the frigid temperature is playing a factor in throwing the ball, and of course it plays as equal a factor when you're kicking the ball. But perhaps this is why we're seeing a lot of the run game more so than the passing game on both sides.
Let's see if Stony Brook has a chance to get into field goal range. 3rd and 16 at the 32-yard line. 4 receivers spread out. Here's the snap. Fields looking, throwing a deep ball down the right field. It's across the 25-yard line. The catch is made by Khalil Newton. So that sets up Stony Brook right at the... Refs will say that he is right at the 22-yard line. So that'll be 4th down, and the field goal unit comes out.
4th and 16 for the Seawolves.
So you got now Angelo Guglielmo finally getting the chance for his first field goal attempt of his career, and it'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Nick Courtney graduated last season, had some amazing kicks for Stony Brook in games like James Madison and Villanova. So Guglielmo, the freshman, let's see what he can do. From 40 yards out, good snap, kick is on its way, and it is wide left, no good.
And that started sinking with about 5 yards to go. Guglielmo gave it a go though.